This is J'hon Ingram, Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by J'hon Ingram. We're here in Newcastle. You return this Friday on the Josh Kelly card, live on Channel 5 here in the UK. J'hon, how are you enjoying the Newcastle so far?
I'm enjoying it a lot. It's not as cold as last time I was here. The weather's feel comfortable, it's good. So, I always like being out here. It's a good culture, good environment.
So when you were last here, you fought in Newcastle, right?
Yes, in November.
Yeah. So, do you like fighting over in the UK? And is this something we can? Well, I assume we'll see more often because you're with Misfits.
Yeah, I loved it fighting over here. I actually had an exhibition in London prior to my first actual pro fight in Newcastle, and it was something that I really liked, something that I enjoyed. It was different environment, but I love the boxing fans out here. They're huge boxing fans, so it's always good for me to put on a show for them.
So tell us about your sort of situation. You're one of the Misfit Pro fighters. For those that are a bit like, oh, hang on, is he with Misfits? Is he not? Like, what's the situation there, and how does it all work?
Yeah, so I'm with Misfits Pro for anybody that wanted to know, and it wasn't difficult. I had got out my contract with Floyd. My manager, he had brought a couple of offers on the table. I had a couple of offers that people that DM'd me, a couple of big promoters that DM'd me, but my manager had told me about Misfits, and then I was like, no, that's for influencers and all that. But that's when he told me they was doing Misfits Pro and actually having professional fights and going on and stuff. So I was like, I think about it. He showed me like what the contract was about, what they was about. I talked to Mams, Taylor, and all them, and we just hit it off, and it was like, okay, this a fresh start, new start, get my career back going.
We've seen, a couple of the Misfits guys. People are like, these guys can actually fight. Darren Tills, etc. We know that you had a lot of people thought you can go somewhere in boxing. So do you think you can become the best Misfits Pro, or do you think you're already the best Misfit Pro?
Yeah, I feel I'm for sure the best Misfits Pro. You got Dylan Price in there. Dylan done put in a lot of great work. He got belts and everything, and I'm not knocking him. I feel like I'm just above everybody else that's there, popularity wise and fight wise. Like I said, Dylan, he's still a hell of a fighter. Anderson's still a hell of a fighter. Everybody that's on the pro side, hell of a fighter with Misfits, but I feel like I stand out and I'm different from everybody else.
So I remember I was in Dubai when you fought on that card in an exhibition. So do you see yourself fighting just influence as well, and sort of showing them what you can do, or do you want to go purely down the professional route?
Just strictly professional. Doing them exhibitions. Floyd wasn't getting none of the pros any type of fights that he had with him, so he was keeping us eating by putting us on the exhibitions, keeping us active, being able to show the world what we can do. So that was more of a thing that was just with him. I don't plan on fighting no influencers or doing any other type of exhibitions or anything like that, unless they paying, But I just want to strictly stay down on the pro side and get my pro career back jumping.
Now, we know you've sparred a lot of the top names. Just reel off a few of the guys you shared the ring with. We know about the Rolly thing, but tell us some of the other guys you shared the ring with.
Of course, Floyd, Gervonta, Rolly. I can't think of his name. It was some three-time world champion. He was out from Japan.
Shakur, have you been in with him?
No, I haven't. I've been in there with his guys that's up under him, but I haven't been in there with him. It's a lot of people I've been in there with. I just can't think of everybody's name off top, but I know a lot of the guys in the game. Me and Devin, we're cool. We were supposed to get some work in. We probably gonna end up getting some work in soon, and it's a lot of different people I could name. I just can't think of everybody's name off the top of my head, but it was a lot of top guys that I've been there with.
In terms of Tank, obviously he's got the rematch with Lamont Roach coming up, we think August 16th. Who do you see winning that fight?
This fight, Gervonta, I feel gonna knock him out.
Do you think he's just going to make adjustments? He's kind of been in there now with Roach. Is that why you think he'll win? Or
I think my personal opinion, I think he took. I wouldn't say took Roach like Roach was a nobody, but I think he felt like he was already going to knock Roach out, and if Roach couldn't handle his power, so I think that kind of surprised him. So I think this fight he's going to be more going in there, taking it a lot more serious, being more serious about it from the beginning of the rounds. Because I feel like the way he was fighting at the end, if he had started fighting like that from the beginning, he probably would have been knocked Roach out.
Seen Pacquiao come out and say that if he beats Barrios, he wants to fight Tank. Is that a bad idea?
Yeah, I feel like that's a bad idea. It's a good money grab, though, but I don't think Pacquiao can handle Tank's power. But, you know, Pacquiao's still a hell of a fighter, you know. Tank don't have 100% KO ratio, so, you know, anything is possible, you know. So it'll be a good one. It'll be a good one.
Huge fight, September 13th, Canelo and Terence Crawford. Who do you think is going to take that one?
Canelo. I feel Canelo gonna get it, even though you know, Terence is moving up in weight, so Canelo has the advantage. But Terence is more mobile. You know, he throws a lot of punches. He's more technical. But I just feel like, you know, jumping up that far in weight to fight Canelo, and Canelo's you know, a big puncher. So I feel like, you know, that it's gonna be some trouble.
Talking about some of the guys you used to sort of train with or be the same promotional company as Curmel Moton is doing his thing right now. You still, you know him, you're cool with him, and did you think one day maybe you could fight him?
Yeah, me and Curmel cool. We talk almost every day. You know, me and him have been talking leading up to this fight that he had. You know, about how his camp was going after his fight. You know, he checking in on me, asking me how my camp going and all that. John Easter, we still talk. You know, me and a lot of people over there in the Mayweather camp still conversate and talk. And I can see on down the line, I can see them trying to match me and Curmel up, you know, for a big fight. You know, Curmel, he's a hell of a fighter. You know, he's got a great amateur background. His pro background is becoming real great. So the way we're both heading down our pro paths, I can see them trying to match us up and trying to make that a fight later on in the future.
Have you guys spoken about that at any points? And we're cool, but maybe one day we'll probably get it on.
I don't think we ever spoke about it, but I think we both know, it's a possibility that it can happen. It's boxing. At the end of the day, it's a business. So Earl Spence and Sean Porter, they was real good friends. They end up clashing and fighting. You know, it's a lot of people in the boxing world that's real good friends that end up having to fight just because it's a business at the end of the day. And I don't think that gets in the way of anything. At the end of the day, both fighters trying to get paid. Both fighters trying to put on a good show for everybody. So I don't think that'll mess up any type of friendship, anything between me and him or any fighters that go through that. And
are there any guys in the UK that you want to fight against? Do you have anyone you want to call out?
Yeah, your guy Ben, what's his name? Marksberry. I think that's his last name. He's here. He's fighting on the card too. I just can't. It's Ben something. Ben. It started with an M. Ben Marksberry or something like that. But yeah, I want to fight him. They actually was trying to get me to fight him this fight, but I felt like my layoff was too long from November. I wanted to get back active, especially with the way my camp was going. I just wanted to get another little tune-up fight in before I step up. But after this one, we plan on stepping it up with the opponents, and Ben was one of the guys that was on that list.
And as well, back in the US, you want a headline? You want to sort of build your name here?
No, I want to build my name both places. The guys in the US, you got Abdullah Mason, J'hon Davis, what's his name that just backed out the Shakur fight. Kid
Scope,
Austin.
yeah.
Yeah, Kid Austin. You know, it's a lot of guys out there, a lot of new upcomers. But at the same time, it'd be like, you know, should we wait to both build our names up more to fight them, or go ahead and try to fight them now? So it's like a hot and gray area with that.
Cool. J'hon, appreciate your time. Tell everyone where to follow you. Where they can follow you.
Oh, everybody can follow me at Ingram J'hon or J'hon Ingram on social media.
Cool. J'hon, good luck on Friday night.
Thank you.